It is either real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VV OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If not, welcome back. I love y'all. Thank you so much, Richard Valinsky, for the $4.99 super chat. What a fantastic way to start off the stream. Reminds me of that video game. It used to be International Superstar Soccer. If you were to get a goal within like the first 30 seconds, it'd be like, oh, what a fantastic start to the game. He was just like a British guy. Anyway, what a fantastic start of the stream. Thank you so much. So today, just breaking down some news. I'll go over OMI and all that first. We do have OMI outperforming everything today. Granted, the markets weren't open as far as the Dow, S&P 500, and the Nasdaq, but what we did have is OMI being up 0.27%, and again, no markets to speak of, but Bitcoin was down 0.49%. However, it was up a little bit before. It was up to 22.2 at one point, down to 21.67 right now. Like I said, down almost 0.5% on the day. Ethereum doing quite a bit worse, down 2.22%. That is a nice two repeating over there. So it is down. We did outperform that, and a little bit surprising that we did as well. We are up despite OMI only having $431,000 worth of volume over the last 24 hours. That is including a buddy of mine that had some small five-figure, maybe even close to six-figure thing. So the volume without my friend probably could have been a bit lower than that. I just thought that was pretty interesting. Again, it is very hard to go and get some of your orders be filled, because a lot of these, there's what? I guess there's close to 50 million in volume right now. But if you want 50 million, that's not a lot. That's not even 100,000, I think. So at 0.00138, let's do that. 50 million times 0.00138. Yeah, $69,000. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69. That's so low. That is so low. That's barely over 200,000 for 150 million. And some of these guys that are coming in have big pockets. I think they might wait in order for there to be more liquidity, because right now there's so OUP. I know I'll go over price predictions, and I'll go over everything else that I said in the title, and then story time with Chavez. But I'm thinking that if OUP by October turns out, and again, even if we get the article in September, but probably October, they might not start implementing things right away until late October or even early November. I think once that happens, though, we can get a nice tripling. Which again is not a ton. We're still under 0.004 at that point, but 0.0039. Again, a tripling from here, not too bad, not too shabby, pretty nice. Now there's going to be a bunch of sell volume along the way, because you have a bunch of people buying at 0.0014, 15, 16, 13. If it goes lower, there'll be a lot of people buying lower. There are going to be people that are going to be double their money and take their profit, triple their money and take their profit, even going up 60% and taking their profit, because that's just what people do. One of the reasons why I think that they might hold on their profit is because you really don't want to claim a lot of profit towards the end of the year. I'll tell you why. It's because, yeah, it might look good for your balance sheet. Yeah, it might look good for your profit and loss, if you need it. But a lot of people, especially, middle business owners like myself, typically between 100,000 and $1 million net worth, you kind of want to show a loss on your balance sheet. You kind of want to show as little profit as possible. Why? Because then you have to pay tax on it a few months later in April. So that's not something that a lot of people want to do, just because they don't get to really enjoy that money. They don't get to really reinvest that money. Now, if they go and they sell it on January 2nd, 3rd, actually, when's the new year this year? Let's take a look, see. January 3rd would be the first trading day. So if they want to go on, well, I guess for Bitcoin, it doesn't really matter. Any type of crypto, it doesn't matter. You can trade that 24/7. But banks would recognize it on the 3rd. If you go and sell things on January 1st, January 2nd, you're not going to have to pay for that until April of 2024. So that it gives a lot of incentive for people to hold some of the stuff. Now, again, if you can smell which way the wind is blowing, then you could, sell if you think it's, after a pump. Again, if it triples, probably going to come down a little bit, consolidate, find its breathing room, find its new floor, find its new trading pattern. But yeah, I think a nice tripling could happen, towards the end of the year. And again, this is with just a couple of things that they might do for OUP. And again, I have no idea what they are, but they've teased crypto to gem, which hopefully means OMI to gem. They've teased different tiers of staking. We're not 100% sure how many there are going to be, what the max is going to be, but figure tens of thousands of dollars. They're going to have to give you something really freaking nice in order for you to, let's say it's 20,000, 40,000, 80,000, whatever it is. 100,000 in OMI staking would be magnificent. And hopefully it has something to do with land. Hopefully we just find a good way to burn a lot of OMI from the circulating supply. But I think the way it'll start out is it'll start out slow and then it'll just get better, kind of like video games, downloadable content. And I think that by next year we get to a couple of cents, and this is in the bear market. So mind you, I don't know. We could start out again in the bear market next year, probably 2 cents, give or take. I mean, this is unlike anything else we've ever, and you can't really compare it to anything either because we have never had a crypto associated with the top 10 uh, grossing app. So I thought that was really interesting. Anyway, we're going to move on to some of the things. Yes, we have somebody. Who was it? It was Don Juan saying, "Does this Disney airdrop reward real collectors? Question mark. I beg the CEO to reconsider. Let David Yu know if you agree, disagree by answering this poll. Should Vivi official change the airdrop to a snapshot taken for holders?" And there were 405 votes when I looked at this. And this isn't my screenshot, so I didn't say yes. But 51% of people said yes, change it. And 49% of people said no, the deed is done. So you at least have half. So let's say 203 people, say 204, decided to say yes because, and before I read David's answer here, I love free stuff. I know the value of a good deal. I am all about that free stuff, but I never expect it. I will never expect it. Do I want it? Is the even though I'm 99% like never expecting it, that 1% is bursting with hope. But why don't I expect it? This is going to sound crazy. It's going to sound so strange, but it works. Maybe like 2000, mid 2000s, Mad TV was really, really big. They did a segment called Lowered Expectations. And I'm going to take you back even further to the 90s when you had, what was the name of that movie? Angels in the Outfield, where George Knox is talking to Roger and he's saying that if you're going to live every day, if you're going to live your life thinking that one day everyone you meet will let you down, you're going to end up in a bad position. You're going to end up like this old depressed man like he was. And why I think of that is because that that movie is meant to inspire hope. It's meant to say like, no, not everyone you meet is going to let you down, but a lot of people do. It's and that movie had taught me at that young age. I was like, not even 10 yet. This is a, no, no, believe the best in people. And it wasn't until much later, well, in my teens, that I'd realized, okay, no, you trust but verify, and you lower your expectations. And I am much happier now. I mean, who isn't happier now than they were in their teens? Teen is filled with angst, teen is filled with crazy stuff. Boy, do we have fun. Anyway, I never want to expect anything. If it's given to me, great. Or if opportunities happen, great. I'll seize them. But I am much happier lowering my expectations and not expecting anything. I never want something for nothing. I always want to work for it. And this is just kind of a word of advice to people. Um, Not that I think negatively of people that want something for nothing, but and even David Yu says, I hear your concern and frustration on this drop. And he does speak a little bit like actually he says this as well. When Don Juan was talking about programs, even after KYC, why only 10,000 mints? Longtime collectors who had to pay 3 to 5x to users who happened to hit their first NFT makes no sense. Airdrops for who? Question mark. So David goes on and he says, am I still? Yeah, I'm still streaming. David says, we have been monitoring bot and script users to ensure the drop is awarded to collectors. The addition supply is to meet the demand and to ensure collectability. It's extremely difficult to make the addition perfect for every drop, but we will improve on these. So I don't know who at underscore Don Hyon is. That's one who's been, and David's replied to both of them. So, you do have to reply to these, but I I've grown a little more bitter and slightly more jaded, but I think I'm still fair enough to say that, to sympathize with people saying like, yeah, it sucks. I didn't hit on, I don't know, like I don't know, a bunch of big drops. I happened to hit on the magic lamp and I got the D and I'm thankful for that. But I haven't hit on a lot of stuff. And I understand it's frustrating not hitting on anything. Maybe you live in a place with bad internet. Maybe you live in a place where, you're working and you can't take a break. You're on like an Amazon floor, whatever. I get it. It's rough. But be happy that other people are getting it. And I get it. It's, haves and have nots. But I don't know who this Don Juan is. I guarantee you this person has never ran a multi-billion dollar company. Even me, that's ran companies that are, well, worth in their six figures. Um, it had never, I would never have to make the decisions that David has. And if there's anybody that should be in charge of the mint size to ensure that, and again, mint size is one thing. That is one piece of the puzzle that any collector can do. I can do it. David can do it. Rob Stuff can do it. But then you have to also not only ensure that collectability for mint size, but make sure it also meets demand. It's very, very tricky to do now. Um, I don't know what formulas or maybe quants that they're using to say like, okay, based on this pattern, we're going to grow this much. And again, we're in a bear market right now, and this is before they're doing any type of marketing. I'm glad these issues. I am. I don't know that he has to, and let just the fact that he's addressing these already, I think is important enough in itself that, again, I'm so thankful to have him as our CEO for Akomi, because there's zero. I don't think there's anyone else I would rather have. Like I could maybe sub in for him for like a day, maybe three, but I would not be ambulatory after a few. I don't know how he does this without breaking into, um, because this is something that you have to love this hard work. You have to love this business, and part of me, I don't know if anyone remembers. I think it's the Chris Benoit story, Hard Knocks, where I think Edge was saying like he started hating this thing that he loved the most because of what WCW was doing to him. I'm hoping that at some point David knows when to walk away, because he's burning the candle at so many different ends, and I hope that he doesn't hate the thing that he loves the most because of what the fans, because of what the view. There's so much demand. There's so many people calling and emailing him and coming, every day. I really hope that, he, before it gets too bad, like a soldier that, hey, if you do one more tour, you're okay right now, but if you do one more tour, you're not going to be right in the head. I hope that David sees that. I hope that he sees this. I hope that he sees this video, and I want you to know that I love you, and I hope you're doing well. Anyway, moving on. We have a Comey Economy saying, what made this reward bad for collectors was you missed the drop, you paid a premium for the lamp, then the flipper could hold you to ransom if you wanted the matching mint. If you don't get the matching, your set is not as collectible as those that hit the drop, so you lose again. They misspelled lose. I don't really think that, again, if you're hitting the drop, you're hitting the drop. David said that they wanted what, 50 million users? It at that point, it doesn't really matter if you have a matching set or not. People just, what, 0.01% of people are going to be able to get these Disney golden moments? That's lunacy. I I get it. You want the best of the best. Listen, these are the best times that you're ever going to have. I don't care what the next bear market looks like, unless it's all out nuclear war. These prices are never going this low again. Now, short term, sure, they could go lower. Short term, we could have some Star Wars vehicles come out. We could have some baby Grogu. We could have some Mandalorian stuff. We could have some awesome stuff. And maybe, cause a gem squeeze and this goes lower. Sure. But there's so few people here now. The next bear market, yeah, every bear market's bad. But let's say it happens again in 4 years. Let's say another recession, the next bad one we have. There's going to be so many more users. It's again, it's bad right now because it's the first time in a bear market with the app. The first bear market that didn't even have an app, which is nuts. Um, I would not. Again, this goes back to the lowered expectations. I would not complain. Anyway, moving on. 88 Kenny says many people who are golden moment holders from the first drop last year felt devastated. Really? I was not. A snapshot of golden moment holders should have been taken and priority given to holders. That's why so many NFT projects are doing, including Recur. Okay, the Recur pass I think is like $110. Retail was at 300. You cannot compare Recur to VV. Can't even compare Recur to Bat Cows. Bat Cows, their Bat Cows are actually above retail. So I mean it. Um, I that's first. I'm breaking that down. Um, but many people who are golden moment holders from the first drop last year felt devastated. Who? Who? I'm not devastated. I mean, yeah, did I get the again, do I always want stuff? Sure, I'll take it. But again, just why are people expecting everything like handed out to them? Like and I get it. I get it. Brock McBlockchain from the Fish, from the Fishes, does he's doing 17 airdrops this month. If you have a you're getting 17 airdrops this month. What the fudge? And that's if you only have one. I think Jonathan Little, who I had on the podcast, professional poker player, he had 30. He had 30. So he has 510. Jonathan Little is getting 510 airdrops this month because he has 30, because he has that many fish. Um, so I get other projects like Rock Blockchain's fish are doing that, but most other projects, if they are like, okay, if I don't want, I'll just make one up. Let's say Poland Spring, has X amount of NFTs and they're giving their people airdrops. It's a no name project, and again, it's not Poland Spring like that, but there are other projects out there that are doing it, and it's like, okay, you're giving airdrops, but the airdrops that it's to nothing. Like there's no community there, there's no value there. The airdrops that Vivi gives out are worth money. Airdrops that Vivi and Fish as well, obviously. Um, but also, Fish really just has one person working for them. That's Brock blockchain. He can do kind of whatever he wants. Vivi is working with a bunch of different people. So yeah. Moving on. We have God, picture of Dashi. Picture of Dashi. Dashi's at my new place right now. You'll see Dashi hopefully tomorrow. Also, in New York City today, Pando39, great place. Had to give him a shout out. D23, a brand new statue of Walt and Mickey will debut at Hong Kong Disneyland D23 Expo. I really hope we don't get another partner statue here. Um, I mean, I kind of do because it'd be good for Vivi, good for people to make money. I just feel like another partner statue would maybe not do so hot, or maybe it would devalue our first partner statue. I don't know. So I'm on the fence with it. Comment down below what you think of that about that. Other stuff, other stuff. Okay, so we have Brock McWatching say, "Hey everyone, I need a grandmother. All my grandparents are in the underworld." Sorry about that. Brock says, "I've decided to make someone's grandmother my 1,000th holder for fiches. I need a volunteer. I'll help them set up a wallet, send them some fiche, and let them be the dopest senior at Bridge. Hit me up. Let's make this happen." And he did. He did. So I'm very, very happy. Shout out to Brock McBlockchain for that. Moving on. There's grass type stuff. There's stuff within. Okay, so Bob Chapek from Disney said, "Here's how. So we wish every person would have the opportunity to come to our parks, but we realize that's not a reality for some people. In order to reach the 90% of people that will never ever be able to get to a Disney park, we have before us an opportunity to turn what was a movie service platform to an experiential platform and give them the ability to ride Haunted Mansion from a virtual standpoint. The utility isn't just to have the same experience. Maybe we'll give them the opportunity, what every single person in the park wants to do, and unfortunately too many of them do it just to get off the attraction, see how it works. See how those ghost dancers move." And Chapek, so Deadline says, "Are we talking about something with goggles like Oculus?" And Bob Chapek from Disney says, "Short term, yes. And long term, maybe not. Maybe something more. Maybe something with Vivi. I don't know. And I think that was about it for today. Actually, no, we do have Dr. Profit saying, "Hey Disney, I recommend to listen to this discussion from our VV OGs where we had NFT Pirates, Comics and Crypto, VV Magic, and Danny underscore B underscore R." Dr. Profit says, uh, "I support all ideas. If you have any questions, call me anytime." So shout out to Dr. Profit for that. And before I get to comments, I know I've been going on for 20 minutes already. I will get to comments, but today is 9/11. There is 10 minutes beforehand, before it ends. Just a quick prayer to the victims everywhere for them, and quick. And so I'll get to the comments later. I just wanted to do this quick story. Everyone does their story where they were on 9/11. I was in fifth grade, and my teacher, we get some people getting pulled out of school. We didn't know what was going on yet. My teacher had left the classroom a couple of times, and again, we had no idea what was going on. Like, why are so many people getting called, down to attendance, picked up? And our teacher rolls in with a TV cart on from the library. The TV on a cart, and I was like, "Oh, movie day, movie day!" And he's like, "No, this is not what this is. This is not a happy day. This is not fun time." She slams the door, and she says, "I was just told by the principal to not tell you guys what was going on. They don't think you're adult enough." But her, Mrs. Leong, a Chinese immigrant, said, "I've seen what happens when governments or people with authority try to hide things from their citizens, and that is not how I'm going to teach my kids in America." And I was like, "Girl," and she plugged that TV right in, and we were watching the news. We were watching all the coverage. And granted, we were like 10, 11 years old. It actually might have been a little too adult for us, but I remember that was the first time that anyone had treated me like an adult. I think maybe. Um, and then I remember, and comment down below if you have any stories. Um, I remember my dad coming home. He was a postal worker in Maspeth, and he was on his route delivering the mail. His letter carrier, and he somewhere in the distance sees a bunch of smoke. It's like, oh, something must be on fire. Didn't think of it, but then on his little radio that he had attached, again, early 2000s, he was listening to, I think, like WFAM or whatever, and they had made an announcement about it. They had, on like a sports channel. He's big into sports, and he's like, oh, he gets back to the post office, finishes his route, goes doing stuff, and then, um, looking to try to get overtime. Maybe somebody else needs help on another route, and everyone's in the break room. Like, what the fudge is everyone? And suddenly, the people that had the radios, people that, I don't know if anyone had cell phones. I'm sure some did. Um, there's like, oh, wow. Um, so this just happened. And yeah, those stories. Comment down below if you have any. And I'm going to get to comments. Jackson saying, "Appreciate the good communication from the team like this." I do as well. Wes says, "I do wish that Vivi had done the D airdrop for all the people who collected the Golden Moments set. Would have liked to seen Vivi take care of the collectors, not the flippers." Well, listen, I think so. Who's to say that that's not coming? It's very possible that that does come in the future, that we get something for those sets. Um, but again, the flippers, you need flippers. Like, how you can't just have everybody collect. Like, there'd be no market. You need the flippers because that's how prices move. For better or worse, one way or another. That's how the market moves. That's the invisible hand of the market. And I guess that on a long enough timeline, most everyone's a flipper, 99.9%. But I hear you. Sidwack, how's it going? Says, "I've added Shake, David, and Dan's hand to my bucket list. Amazing team." Agreed. Richard Valinsky says, "Sending nudes." Dude, Richard Valinsky, my heckin' man. 2 days in a row. Thank you for the super chat. Double C saying, "I think Vivi will reward the people that went for the drop and didn't get it, or people that didn't land the drop but bought the set off the market." I mean, either way, whatever you're getting these golden moments at right now, that's reward in itself. What's it going to be like 2 years from now? Not these prices, guarantee it. Omar says, good evening. Lord Arms says, nice. How's it going? Howdy, howdy. Rookstar says, cats like Omi. Meow. Abe says, Randy, how about a moment of silence for all the lives lost on 9/11? Not only moment in our history. Never forget. Yeah, me being a New Yorker, again, from Peru, but lived most of my life in New York. Still live here now. Um, so I did give that little shout out afterwards. Abe says, do you think we can see a Q4 rally? I mean, Bitcoin reached 22.2 today. A little bit of a rally right there. But we might. We might even see it this month. I'm not sure. I mean, we do have that merger with Ethereum, so we'll see. All Chat Gaming says fire. Sell me your toys and comics in New Jersey. Saying, when will Epico Regal actually start using OMI or burning OMI? I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. Hopefully by the end of the year. Jack Wilson says, love the mid 2000s with respect to pop culture. Oh yeah, mid 2000s was great. Green Day, just Avril Lavigne, like Simple Plan. Oh my god, the music, the shows, the TV shows. Matt John says, Randy, my guy, 100% work for it. Let's go. Life isn't easy. You need to work hard to get where you want to be in life. Agreed. Steve Ventures says 69. All Chat Gaming says, how many likes? Well, 33 right now. Yeah, we need to get everyone. Let's do that real quick. Let's go on here, and let's go. If everyone can smash that like button, okay, like I just did. That's a free way to help support the channel. That would be great. Okay, moving on here. As I said, it's not that other people are getting it; it's that the reward's a bot. Yeah, I get it. It sucks. And hopefully a lot of those things get the people that are using bots, they get kicked out. Matt Jones says, smash that like button, peeps. Randy is a plethora of knowledge. Oh, why, thank you. I love you guys so much. Omicron says, my household landed 3. We're not bots, and we're super thankful. We can't afford the whole golden moment set, and it's nice to get a chance at something amazing like the D. I hope you guys keep it for now. All Chat Games says, this team and community are legendary. Agreed. Omicron says, thank you, David, you, and the VB team. Keep learning and moving forward. You will never make everyone happy. All you can do is try to improve. Agreed. All Chat Gaming says, these prices are an absolute gift. Agreed, 1,000%. Stephen Duarte says, I've been a member since March 2021. I rarely get the important drops, and yet I'm still here, always trying for them, and got the last one. So I must be a bot, right? Get over it, fam. We didn't get it. Continues on saying, always remember these odds are the best any of us will ever have to get something free and worth actual value. It's a good point. There's only going to be more people added to this. Abe said, today, would you put your money into collectibles or OMI token? Give me an extra $100,000. Most of it's going into OMI. Omicron says, exactly, Stephen. We win some, we lose some. If we hit 50 million users, we will look back and be so thankful we had these opportunities. Agreed. Stephen Duarte says, that's why I just continue buying and collecting. About to hit 125 sets, slow and steady. All Chat Gaming says, I like OMI, but the scarcity of the NFTs and these prices make it so hard to buy crypto. I mean, yeah, buying both is fine. Just says NFTs are crypto. Tell me your stuff. Says, how many users does VV actually have? 1 million? I don't know. Like active daily users, 10,000. Monthly active users, couple 100,000. Not sure. Past that. Stephen Duarte says, first appearance will always be first appearance. Agreed. NFTs says, another partner's same pose. It looked like they'd be on a bench. G-Flow says, honestly, Randy, how much OMI do I need to be a millionaire in 2025? Probably a couple million OMI. Figure, let's say it's 25 cents. 4 million OMI, but let's say it's only 12.5 cents. 8 million OMI. Let's say 6.25 cents. 16 million OMI. So there. All Chat Gaming says, but you know what I mean? Just watch Disney Day clips on Disney Plus. Disney is gonna crank content next year. Heck yeah. Just as hashtag Wenhall. I'm not sure, man. Wenhall. Oh. We got something here. I know. Okay. So we have Hadoken saying, by the way, VV Magic, I know an Imagineer, and they told me that OMI is going hand in hand with Disney and is a blue chip. I'm telling you this because you sat at my table at DCon kickoff. Don't stop believing. So I am not sure who this Hadoken is. Hadoken. TTTV. Um, but it says, I know an Imagineer, and they told me that OMI is going hand in hand with Disney and is a blue chip. With Disney what? Like, is Disney going to buy OMI? But he says an Imagineer, like a Disney attraction? Like a Disney ride? The ride should be free. How is OMI going to be? So again, I'll show you guys this again. It says, by the way, VV Magic, I know an Imagineer, and they told me that OMI is going hand in hand with Disney and is a blue chip. I'm telling you this because you sat at my table at Decon Kickoff. Don't stop believing. All right, VV Magic, who the fudge is this? All right, VV Magic says, I'd love to hear it. I won't stop believing. Who is this? I don't. They say they live in California. I don't know anything about this person. But that would be, I just screenshot that. It's going to be absolutely wild if that comes to fruition. Regardless, I'm collecting what I can, but I loaded my OMI bags over NFTs right now. Oh, man. Chris Infinity says, how's Wendy? We haven't talked in a couple days. I don't know. I know that she is one of my very best friends, and I love her as I love this whole community. And that's the extent of our relationship. We are best friends. We might even be called brother and sister in the appropriate context, but that's it. Chris Infinity, do you know my ex-girlfriend? She asked a lot about Wendy. Justin says, a whole lot of Disney Plus coming. Yep. Wes says, whoa. Corey S says, I agree with you. I'm not expecting a free airdrop. My suggestion would be an exclusive drop for Golden Moments full set holders. Thoughts? Be pretty curious about it. I'd like it. Brendan Z says, never forget. Thanks for your service. Meow. 9/11 did get different after I joined the military. It did get different. Digital phase finances, I missed the fridge. I missed it also. Silver Model says, pump back to 0.0045 is probably unlikely. I think we put 25% and dip back down. We'll see. Silver Model says, did you watch the new Rick and Morty? No. I can't wait, though. I'm super excited. Vega says, did you get the drop? And the D, if you did, everyone would love to see. I did. Hang on, I'll show y'all. So right, it's so right. I've seen some better days. Okay. We're going to go to my profile. And we're going to go to my full sets. Go to the Disney. And I got the D. Bum, 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 bum. I got the D. Bum, 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 bum. So I believe that might be all of the questions y'all have. Let me take a look, see, because sometimes I don't get them on there. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. For whatever reason, VCur is the last question that I see on my tablet. But I see more. Sinful Model says, I just got around to playing COD Mobile, and it's great. You should get into it. I've heard very good things. What says, can you make up with your landlord so we can get your Patreon member sheet back? That bridge is burned. Yeah, there's no. I've written it off. Like I put it behind me. Scar. I'm not ever going back there. Uptown Kicks says price prediction on full Golden Moment set for when? What year? Because I mean, the waltz by itself is going to be 6 figures at some point. The partner statue by itself is going to be 6 figures at some point. Moving on. Benny Lee says, all big companies got bots. People are just salty. Like you said, Randy, getting stuff on the secondary market is right now is still a bargain. Agreed. Because Infinity says, why did you move? I did a whole video on that with my crazy landlord. I'd say just watch that. It's a long story. It says, make the Patreon sheet into an NFT. I don't have it. I should. I got to make a new one. I will make a new fridge thing and Patreon thing and once I get to my new place. Give me a couple days on it, though. Carlos Castron says, buying Funko Pops now just to collect. Soon I'll go for comic books to match my NFTs. My man, get it. Avery Gonzalez says, the Golden Moments have the Disney Plus logo. The Disney CEO has come out and said that Disney Plus will include digital experiences. Avery Gonzalez says, Disney Plus will include digital experiences. It's in the news, brah. I can't wait for that stuff. We have Brian McSpadden saying, fully expecting a large UI app update this month. And like most times they make a major update to the app, there will be no notice. What up, dude? Yeah, I love it when they do stuff like that. Like, instead of trying to talk about it, or instead of them saying, hey, we're going to do it X amount of time, and then let's say they shoot for 30 days. If it takes them 35 days, then people are like, oh, you said 30 days. We missed timelines, broken promises. I'd rather they not say anything and just do it and surprise us with the good stuff. Sinful Mawal says, what happened with your landlord? Oh, Sinful Mawal is I did a video on that, and it is a wild 25-minute story. I would say go look at that. Basically, the dude went nuts. It's insane. Smarty Pants says, do you think the lenticular cards of Cookie... Want to say hi? Oh, sorry. Do you think the lenticular cards of Goofy, Pluto, and Minnie are even more underrated right now? I'm almost done anyway. Due to the fact that any first appearance of them wouldn't be a golden moment anymore. So perhaps there won't be 3D collectibles of them. Well, no, because the cards are first edition. So, like again, we had the lenticular card for Donald as a first edition, and then we had a Donald first appearance with with Daisy. So, no, they could all. I mean, I'm very bullish on the lenticular cards, but not because they're their first edition, or first appearance, because they're not their first edition. So it's different, but I am very bullish on those cards. Subby0 says, you need to go back for that Patreon sheet the same way that Bruce Willis went back for his watch in Pulp Fiction. Maybe I should. I don't know though. But it looks like it is past midnight. We're about to go to bed. Just as behind enemy lines. Big A says, the landlord did you a favor. You're forced to make a new Patreon sheet. That was well overdue. That is a good point, Big A. That is a good point. That's fair. I'll give you credit for it. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for me. Like I said, I'm gonna brush my teeth. I'm gonna go to bed. My friend's last night here, so we're gonna ghosts. That's what it is. Ghosts. So like I said, we're gonna go to bed, and I'll try to be back doing normal videos tomorrow, and then hopefully normal live streams at night. I love you all, and I will talk to you guys soon. Hopefully tomorrow or today. Goodbye. Thank you for the super chat.